Yo, what's up? Welcome to Rapology. It's your boy Maurice,
This your girl DJ Sock City.
and we come to you guys with our first episode of Rapology. Rapology is your favorite rapper's favorite podcast. The whole concept of Rapology that we're going to be bringing to you guys each and every week is we're going to be talking about the breakdown and the study of hip hop. We're just going to be talking about some of your favorite artists, some of your favorite hip hop albums, and we're just going to be dissecting, breaking it down, having live debates, discussions, and everything like that. Everything just centered around hip hop in general. So yeah, that's what we want to do. This is our first episode. Today is March 9th. I'm gonna kick it to my girl Sai and let her introduce herself.
Yes. So again, my name is DJ Sock City, a New York-based DJ, originally born and raised from Chicago, though. Shout out to Shop City. You know what I mean? Chicago, South Side. But I am, first and foremost a hip hop. Like I grew up, loving hip hop. I say, my life story is very similar to Sonata and Brown Sugar, where I just have like this wild passion, you know what I'm saying, for the culture of hip hop.
Dope.
And been studying it for, majority of my life. So I was super excited to join Rapology. Love the concept. I think, in addition to, discussing new music between me and Maurice, we definitely gonna be bringing on like special guests, having interesting debates about, old albums, new albums. I know I want all the smoke.
Yeah,
Talk about hot
exactly.
takes. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, what's your responses on hot takes. We know how hip hop fans get, saying when it
Yeah,
comes to certain discussions. So I'm super
exactly.
excited, saying to jump into today, honoring some of the greatest legends, that we've had in the hip hop game.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was saying. That's what we want to do with Rapology. Just bring y'all dope content each and every week. Make sure you tune in, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to what we're doing, follow us, and just give us some heat. Let us know in the comment section what you guys want to hear, what you want to hear from us as well. And we'll try to bring it to you guys. But on today, like we said, today is March 9th. So, of course, we have to talk about the anniversary of the Notorious B.I.G's passing. This is the 28th anniversary of his passing, March 9th, 1997. So, yeah, we just want to get into it, talk a little bit about his legacy, talk a little bit about what he brought to the game, and and go from there. So, what you got? What you think about that, sir?
So I think we were talking about this before, and I feel like I have a little bit of my first hot take of the season. I'm gonna say like when I think about my favorite Biggie albums, like honestly, like after that really comes to mind. I think for me, the maturity in his delivery and his rhymes and like the
Right.
production definitely stood out to me. I love that. Don't get me wrong. Like shout out to Ready to Die that's behind you because classic
Okay.
album.
Classic.
But for me, I was alive. I was, what I'm saying, born around the time of both of those albums they came out. And I feel like the life after death has such a bigger impact to me. And I think it's because of like the timing of the album and like everything that's surrounding, his passing. So
Yeah.
I know that's probably a hot take because usually freshman albums are like the most praised.
That's true.
Um,
That's
but
true.
what about you? What was your favorite Biggie album?
I would have to agree with you. I would say Life After Death. Life After
Yeah.
Death. I would say I had the vinyl somewhere. Let me.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Because
Yeah.
listen, one thing about Maurice, he collects vinyls, y'all. So he gonna
Yeah.
have every
Exactly.
vinyl every project we probably talked about. He has it.
Exactly. I'm gonna try to have most of them because I'm a hip hop head. If it's a classic, I got to add it to the collection. So this is my favorite Biggie album, Life After Death, the double album, the double disc, and of course, Ready to Die was amazing as well. The classic album cover as well with the baby on the front with the
Yeah.
afro. Everybody know that album cover. But that was dope as well. Biggie had some bangers. It was dope. But I would, if I had to go with one album, I would say his sophomore album, the double disc, the classic. He got guest appearances on here from pretty much everybody that was hot in the game at the time. Of course, he had the Bad Boy family on here, Lil Kim, the Locks. He had R. Kelly on here, Jay-Z, 112. Just an amazing project, man. Released about 2 weeks after his death. Biggie, it's just amazing. That's what I have to say about that.
Yeah. Like I said, the timing of it was probably one of the most impactful, moments of hip hop. And so, I
Right.
think, especially being in New York, everybody in the culture definitely recognizes this day as just a fortunate moment in hip hop history. But, Rapology, we're going to highlight all the things, good, the bad, the ugly. I mean, it wouldn't be
Exactly.
right, you know what I'm saying, if we didn't start it off with Big on Today. One of my favorite tracks from Life After Death is definitely I Love the Devil, like featuring
Okay.
Jay-Z. That song puts me in such a good mood. Like, I just know as soon as that record comes on, like, I'm about to have a good day.
That was some fly shit they were talking about on
It
there as
was, it
well.
was just, yeah, just, little luxury rap. Like, I feel like I was supposed to be riding through a Jeep or something.
I know, right?
Like, for real, like,
Yeah,
so, and I'm not even from Brooklyn, but like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like if I was, I'd be riding down in a big Jeep, you know.
right. Yeah, Big. That's what Big did, man. His storytelling, his delivery, his voice, his cadence, everything that he brought to the game, he just took you wherever he was, going with the lyrics. He painted vivid pictures with his, his rhymes, his style, and stuff like that. So, yeah, shout out to Big. Some of my favorite songs from him is Juicy, Warning, What's Beef, Sky's the Limit, of course. It's just a lot of stuff, man. I like Hypnotize, of course. That's the party, a joint from Biggie. Big, like I said, Big was very diverse in my opinion. He could give you some dark lyrics, and he also can give you some party and bullshit type lyrics as well.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
time, one
yeah. So
song for the
Big,
party.
Big was amazing. Warning, the storytelling on Warning was just second to none, man. Like how he just started out, who the fuck is this paging me? Big was just raw
Well,
and gritty and rugged,
yeah,
and he's truly missed. He only had two albums. Well, one album that he already had out in the Junior Mafia album, because Life After Death actually came out after his passing. But he did so much in so little time, man. We just wanted to celebrate Big on this day, and show him some love.
definitely, definitely. So let us know in the comments, like, what's your favorite Biggie song? Which album do you like the best? Are we just like having a super hot take right now? Like, is Ready to Die really better than Life After Death? Or are we just bugging out? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let us
what y'all
know
think?
what you think.
Yeah, let us know what y'all think, man. Who you got? Ready to Die or Life After Death? If you had to pick one, you only could pick one out of Biggie's catalog. And please don't say Born Again. That was released, 2 years later after. I don't know. Hey, it might be one of your favorite Biggie albums. It was kind of put together, with some unreleased music that he had. But I'm gonna say between Ready to Die and Life After Death, which one you think in the comments? Let us know, and we can discuss. Can definitely discuss it in the comments. What you think?
And don't fight us. Like, be
Yeah,
nice.
don't
No, I'm just playing. Yeah, you gotta be nice. We got things, we know how this thing goes.
exactly.
Before we, get on Big, I definitely want to know, what is your favorite Big feature?
That's dope. I would say my favorite Big feature is actually on Jay-Z's album, and I would say Brooklyn's Finest, All
Of
Reasonable Doubt.
course.
That's my favorite Big feature with Jay-Z. The way they were trading rhymes back and forth. I think they were trying to one up each other on that, so they was going back and forth. So that's my favorite Big feature. And if for all you don't know, Big and Jay-Z was gonna come out with a group album called The Commission. I believe with Big, Jay-Z, and Charlie Baltimore, I think, where they were supposed to be in the group. So they were supposed to be doing that. But of course, Big untimely passing kind of, that never happened. That never materialized. So I would love to have heard more music with Big and Jay-Z. Like you said, I Love the Dough is another amazing one. But if I had to choose one, I would say Brooklyn's Finest. What is your favorite Big feature?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be super obvious with mine because I'm from Chicago, so I need
Okay.
y'all to know, like, I'm gonna keep putting on. I'm gonna say the Brat on the B side. I feel like that's a
Okay.
record that always puts me in a good mood. I feel, again, Jeep music, like, just
Right.
growing up in Chicago in the '90s and hearing that record was a feeling. You know what I mean? A feeling that
Nice.
I haven't had it in a minute. But definitely super slept on. Like, the record is called B-side. So
Slide. Yeah, that used to be my shit, man. I haven't
it
heard that in a
is. It
while.
was such a
And shout
fun
out to the
movie.
Brat, yo. Shout out to the Brat.
Yes,
Definitely
yes.
underrated.
Definitely, definitely. Like, especially speaking, great segue into a conversation about women in hip hop and the impact that the bra had, because it's Women's History Month. Shout out
Right.
to my ladies for Women's History
Shout out to
Day,
the ladies.
International Women's Day yesterday. And, talking about the Brad and her impact in music, like being the first female rapper to go platinum for Fructified, like, all
Yeah.
the way,
Amazing.
putting on. Yeah, I feel like she was the bridge, between the,
She
the
was.
Roxanne and the Kims and the Foxy of the world. Like, she definitely bridged the gap,
Yeah, she
in the
did.
early '90s. So
Yeah.
shout out to the show.
Yeah, yeah, and piggyback off what you said, yeah, shout out to the Brat. Yeah, she was the first female rapper to go platinum. It wasn't Nicki Minaj, it wasn't Missy, it wasn't Lil' Kim, it wasn't Foxy Brown. It was actually the Brat was the first female artist to receive a platinum record, platinum albums. And like you said, with her debut album, Funkified. So got to give Brat her flowers, give her her respect. So she definitely done a lot for females and in the rap game. And of course, she was nice. Brat is nice because Biggie, if she wasn't, Biggie wouldn't been doing records with her. So shout out to the Brat. She was dope.
Definitely. Shout out to Brat. So
Yeah, for sure.
when we're talking about like women in rap, we were talking earlier about like who our favorite artists were, right? So who are you currently listening to now? Just like across the board.
Across the board, I say my top three. I would say if I had to pick three, I would say Dochi.
Shout out to Dochi.
Yeah, Dochi, I would say her. She's phenomenal what she's doing right now. Alligator Bites Never Heal, her project that came out. PDE Family, she's definitely doing an amazing job. I would say I'm definitely listening to her right now. Try, show the females some love. She's amazing. She just recently came out with Lauryn Hill, to perform with Lauryn Hill. So that's a big shout out. And of course, Lauryn Hill, one of the best. Yeah, amazing, man. Just amazing. Who don't love Lauryn Hill, man? So yeah, definitely I would say Dochi. Freddie Gibbs is another one that I'm listening to right now. He's, in my opinion, criminally underrated. He's nice. I'm trying to find that Alfredo album on vinyl as well. Got to put that up on the wall sooner or later. That album was amazing with him and DJ Alchemist. It was actually nominated for a Grammy. So shout out to Freddie Gibbs. If you don't know who that is, definitely look him up, add him to your playlist, give him a try. So yeah, I would say Freddie Gibbs. Yeah, exactly, man. Gary, Indiana. Yeah, shout out to Gary, Indiana, Michael Jackson, and Freddie Gibbs is a very talented hip hop artist as well. So if you're not familiar with him, definitely check him out. And I would say my third artist, of course, I would say my man Kendrick, for obvious reasons. What he's done the last year has been amazing. The Drake beef, of course, the Super Bowl that he did last month, and the Grammys that he won, 5 Grammys. Not Like Us is probably the biggest hip hop diss. Not probably, I would say is the biggest hip hop diss record of all time. I know that might be a hot take because I know somebody might be, the hip hop heads from the 90s. I'm like, nah, man. Yeah, exactly. They probably gonna like, nah, man, it's Hit 'Em Up or No Vaseline by Ice Cube but I'm talking about as far as impact, I would say Not Like Us is the biggest hip hop diss song of all time. So I'd say definitely Kendrick, GNX. What you got to say? Cause I know we ain't got much time, so pass it to you.
No, all good, all good. So I will say, like, anytime somebody asks me one of my top 3 rappers or like anything like that, I get so overly complicated about, like, I don't know if I'm the only person that just breaks it down at the micro level, but I'm gonna say my top 3 of like who I'm listening to right now. I'm gonna say lately Ransom, even though I always listen to Ransom. I've been listening to his projects very heavily lately. I will also say he just put out a project with Dave East as well, which is like super fire.
Fire.
I mean, it's also say Larry June. He just put out a project with 2 Chainz, as we know, super fire. Another
Fire.
project that I think I slept on at first, but it grew on me super heavy. But yeah, now I'm on board. So the song Notorious, if I have to walk back by old friend, I was like, I think he's 2 Chainz on it. But yeah, and then last but not least, I'm gonna match your Kendrick, and I'm gonna say J. Cole because I really rock with how J. Cole has been throwing the features out there and murdering everybody, like, flawlessly. And I think if he would have been in the beat, I feel like he would have been the winner. I'm not gonna hold you. Like,
Hey, I always say that.
I don't know.
I always said that. I don't think Kendrick would have watched J. Cole. I think it would have been a better matchup, but
Yeah,
we
I think
would
it would have
never know.
been. Honestly, I think it would have been a little bit more entertaining.
I
I
think
don't
so.
know. I just think, yeah. I mean, because I think J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar have similar fan bases, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's easier for people to pick a side for like Kendrick and Drake because Drake's fans are usually not Kendrick and vice versa. Like they just kind of come from 2 different worlds. But J. Cole and Kendrick,
They're very
that's on your
similar.
heartstrings a little.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they're very similar artists. Their content and stuff is very similar. So I
Yes.
see where you're going with that. I
Yes,
see what you
myself. Definitely. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say, J. Cole has been killing it. I know that's maybe a hot take because a lot of people don't like J. Cole,
right now. Yeah,
so
backing out of
I
that
just,
beef.
but even before I think the beef, a lot of people was kind of like, oh, he was boring. He the type of artist that was only working, he did everything himself. So people had a lot of criticism for that.
Right.
With him being his own producer, writer, and everything, in between. But
Trying to keep that publishing money. That's what that is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But ultimately, I feel like he has just grown so much, what I'm saying, over the years
Yes.
lyrically. And it's if you really break it down, his lyrics and his flow and his delivery, J. Cole is really nice.
It's,
Could he have better
yeah.
production? Possibly, but I mean, they start to say things now, so
Yeah.
right. It's a
Yeah.
whole different discussion. We're gonna
Yeah,
say that topic for another
we're gonna
time.
talk about that. They be talking about Nas production. I don't have a problem with it. I think Nas picked great beats, by the way. But that has been a thing online,
Yeah,
for a while now. People talking about Nas don't pick good beats. His beats,
yeah,
I disagree with that. But of course, Nas is one of my favorite artists of all time, hip hop artists. That's it. Illmatic. What more can we say about that? We definitely gonna be
yeah.
discussing him on a future episode, of course. But yeah, that J. Cole, what you said about J. Cole is right. He just released a song about 2 weeks ago called Clouds. So
Yeah.
J. Cole is nice. He's a great storyteller as well. So
Yeah,
he
he also had released the song, I think, where he like basically backtracked and the beat he like released it at the same time as
yeah,
he
yeah,
did
yeah.
Cloud. And what was
Yeah.
this song
I
called?
forgot the name. What's the name of it?
We can look it up real quick.
Yeah, yeah,
We can
yeah.
look it
Yeah,
up
look
real
it up.
quick. It was Port Antonio.
Yeah, Port Antonio. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this is the one he released last year when he pretty much like backtracked off the beats.
Yeah,
With
people
Kendrick or whatever. He said his piece. But we got
right.
respect to that.
Yeah.
As we think about like Big's death today, a lot of the media attention around that was centered around the beef, with the LA, New York, Tupac
Yeah.
being, dynamic. And so shout out to J. Cole for being, mature enough to be like, listen, I've seen how this has gone before,
Yeah.
and I'm not really trying to perpetuate that, in the hip hop community. So, respect to
I
him and
respect
his
that.
decision. But
Yeah. Me,
but I know the hip hop is in the comments gonna be like,
nah.
nah, but this is hip hop.
Yeah, yeah, this hip hop. Once he put that diss song out, he had to stand on it. But
I know that
I
was
get where
pretty
he's
weak. That
yeah, you shouldn't have done that, but I get where he's coming from. It takes a lot of negative energy to and engage in something like that. So I get it. I get it.
exactly.
But like they say, once you jump out there, you can't throw the rock and hide your hand now. You have to
Okay.
stand on it,
Okay.
so
I wish he wouldn't just stood on it because of the simple fact, he's a great, like I said, a rapper, and I think
yeah,
he would have been a great addition into that dynamic. But again, like think about what we celebrating today, right? Like we celebrating the life of Big,
right.
and sometimes like, you know, hate animosity, you just gotta put that down because life is at stake, right? So I think as a hip hop culture, I believe that we should elevate and grow, over time, as we've seen with all of the things, and what that results to over the years in hip hop. Like I feel like we just have a moment as a culture to be like, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? Lyrical sparring aside, let's keep it fair. But they
Yeah,
just don't really know how to keep it fair. Like they don't really know how to just keep it on wax. That's the problem.
yeah.
They just always got to take it out.
Yeah, there'll always
um,
be some side
of the
shit be
brain.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So if hip hop if as a cultural come, just keep it on wax and not, you know what I'm saying, take it personal. Then yeah, I'm all for the smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just
Just keep it on
keep it
wax,
fair.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't want no more anniversaries. Like we don't want to know. This is
Yeah.
not fun.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that
You know,
100%, man. Shout out to J. Cole. I'm looking forward to his next project and everything that he has coming out. So shout out to him though. But
the
yeah,
album that we never get.
hopefully we get the what is it? The fall off, I think it's called. So
Follow.
hopefully we get that this year. Hopefully we get some new projects from Kendrick as well. Get a rapping project from Drake. I don't know. I know your opinions on Drake as far as, his hip hop stance is a little controversial, but we're gonna discuss that. I think Drake is a dope hip hop artist when he actually rap,
Yeah,
I
right.
know
Yeah.
a lot of people gonna disagree with that opinion, but we'll see about that. But yeah,
we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into
yeah,
it.
we
So
we
we
definitely
gonna
get
wrap.
into it.
We gonna wrap this up on a good note, and
There you go.
really want to uplift the hip hop culture. Like I said, this is Rapology, so we're gonna be bringing a lot of facts, some truth, most truth, but something
There you go.
we like to speculate a little bit over here. But yeah, we
Exactly.
definitely want to leave it on a positive note because I think we highlight so much things, what I'm saying, in the
Yeah.
community. I just that
Yeah.
important to me to
Of
say.
course. Exactly. So on that note, we're gonna close out today's show. We're gonna, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, follow Rapology, your favorite rapper's favorite podcast. And we're gonna be coming to you guys each and every week with some dope content, some dope shit. Stay tuned. We're gonna have guests. We're gonna have, we're gonna have everything for the hip hop head, the hip hop fan. So yeah, I'm Maurice, and
It's your girl DJ Soft City.
yeah, we signing out. All right, peace. We'll catch you guys later. All right, peace.